Everybody, Dan the Fireman here. Today we're out here in the parking lot practicing some smart rider drills. We're going to start off with lefty loosey, but the main thing here is that we're going to be talking about 5 riding habits that you need to quit today. So there will be timestamps in the description so you can kind of jump around, but the thing is, pay attention, pay attention. Right now, this video is sponsored by the MTC Rider Academy members. Join up. It's only $4.99 your first month. You get the phone-friendly version, which I have on my phone right here, and then also you get a whole bunch of stuff, the training course, the after-action reviews, early, you get some downloadables, a lot of cool things. Supports the channel tremendously if you join up. Not that expensive. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. I got my timer here, just playing around. So here's the thing, believing you are a better rider than you are. So that's a big thing. So Dunning-Kruger effect, we talked about that a little bit. That's not a good thing. You want to have your ego checked. Now, the reason why we do that, let's go ahead and just kind of get in here. The reason why we want to get our ego checked is because if we're out riding, we see this all the time in motorcycle crashes and close calls. If we're out riding and we fight for our lanes, okay? We make sure that we are, we're speeding, we're hauling ass, we're doing all these dumb things, and we both know, all of us know that, you haven't really had the training involved for that. So take a good look at your riding. No one likes hearing that they can improve. I get that, but that doesn't mean you're an expert. That's a huge thing. Always have that beginner's mind. So we talk a little bit about the Fitz-Posner's mode of learning. So first and foremost, you have, you go into class or you learn something brand new. It's all in your brain. So think about the first time you ever rode a motorcycle. Man, you forgot how to actually be on the street if you've been driving before, right? So you forgot how to be on the street, but you start practicing. All of a sudden, with more practice, you actually get better and better and better. Now you can actually pay attention to the street, but you're still kind of paying attention to your hands and feet and your body, where everything's at. Sooner or later, if more and more practice, you are going to get into the automaticity stage, which means that you're going to be getting pretty much automatic. And that's when we start doing really well. So believing you're a better rider first and foremost right at the beginning, just because you can go in a straight line, is a no bueno situation. And remember, skills can be overtaken by bad habits. So if you don't go out here and practice like we're practicing here, guess what? You're going to have bad habits and you're going to be building training scars with that. Let's go ahead and go. Let's do another lefty loosey. We're just going to do some easy ones. Lefty loosey is like one of my favorites, just because it's a lot of left-handed turns. And remember, these are the cones that we give you guys when you get the training drill booklet. So if you want to get the booklet, go ahead and get it. It's in the store. You get some free cones with it. All right, so forgetting bad things can happen. Oh man, I don't know how many times I've ridden with people or I've heard from people that, you know what, oh, it can't happen to me, it can't happen to me, but you hear stories about how motorcyclists are crashing and dying all over the place. The main thing here is complacency. Complacency kills you. Okay, this was drilled into my brain, basically, as a firefighter. I've been on, I don't know how many fires, how many EMS calls, how many motor vehicle accidents. Still, safety was number one. Still, I paid attention to close calls and fatalities for firefighters for the exact same situation I was in. How many times have you heard about somebody crashing in an intersection and dying or getting hurt? How many times have you heard about somebody getting T-boned? How many times have you heard somebody crashing in a corner on the interstate? We all do that. We all ride on those areas. Pay attention. Complacency kills. Practice. Don't zone out, zone in. Yellow stage. We talk about that in the academy. So here's the thing. Just because the last 20 intersections, nothing happened, and this is where it gets everybody. Last 20 intersections, nothing happened, that 21st gets you. And it's not like a law of averages types thing. It's literally you accomplished one situation where you didn't crash. The whole other situation, the whole other intersection is a completely different intersection with different variables, different factors. So pay attention, pay attention. The next thing that people don't do is get their safety gear. I'm gonna do righty-tighty on this one. They don't get any safety gear. They're not wearing it either. So part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment. You can acquire it, but choose not to wear it. It is 95 degrees right now. Full gear. I don't care. I'd rather sweat than bleed. And that's the main thing. Let's go ahead and do the righty-tighty. So now it's all right-handed turns. So a lot of people have, well, some people have right-handed turn problems because their throttle's on the right side, especially for those that are, sport bike riders. So practice these. Get it? But yeah, not wearing safety gear. Safety gear is a huge thing, guys. When we talk about acquiring and using, you can have the best situational awareness, the best fundamental skills. If something happens randomly, you have no control. You can't control what happens out there. You don't know what's happening. You could still crash. You could still get hit. You need to have something. We don't have a roll cage. Crash, we don't have anything. We don't have anything. So I like to always equate it to Batman and Robin, basically. Robin's parents, the Graysons or whatever, they trapeze artists, didn't have a net underneath them. I know it was probably a murder, but still, no net underneath them. They fail, hit the ground. Your gear is your safety net. Just in case something happens, somebody puts Vaseline on the trapeze bar, whatever it is. So the main thing here is that I do have a list of gear. You can check it out, link in the description. It's an affiliate link. Just go ahead and have it. Make sure you wear gear, okay? It's going to minimize and hopefully mitigate the severity of the incident and the accident and the life-altering, maybe even life-ending injury. So that's a big thing. So the next one, everybody, is assuming the road is clear. How many times have you gone through an intersection or a corner? Let's talk about corners. When was the last time you went through a corner? Okay, maybe it was blind. You don't know, right? So you can't see around the corner all the way. And so what happens here? You are making sure that you're what? Slowing down? Nah, probably not. A lot of people like to assume, oh, it's just gonna keep going. It's just gonna keep going. No road debris, nobody parked on the other side, nobody stopped, no nothing. And that's the problem. When you assume something is clear and you're not paying attention to road surface hazards, or roadway users. So the main thing here is good vision is the most important thing to have on a motorcycle when you're riding. So as a rider, you want to constantly be scanning, constantly look through the turn, constantly look right in front of you. You're doing like this ratcheting effect. You're constantly going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's because you want to check for road surface hazards. You might not be able to see it when it's way over into that blind corner, and then all of a sudden you see it in front of you. Now, part of planning your ride is locating those hazardous situations, and then you need to assess if there's any relevant threats, and if there is, you swerve out of the way by navigating them. So this is what we talk about all the time in the academy, but the main thing is having really good vision. So cornering, intersections, hills, normal obstructions can cause bad or even no line of sight. So being right behind a vehicle and not being able to see what's in front of that vehicle, that's not good. You can't adjust very well. You're having to adjust to the vehicle in front of you. I like to be off to the side position for safety and be able to see in front of that vehicle so I can adjust based off what they see. So that's a big thing. So situational awareness, let's do another righty-tighty. So situational awareness, we talk about it briefly here, but we talk about it extensively in the academy and then also in some of the videos on motorcycle training concepts. It is the MTC awareness color code stages. And what that is that's going to tell you, if you're zoned in, zoned out, a gut reaction to something bad's happening, you have to do a red stage and do an emergency maneuver to get yourself out of there, or if you brown staged and panicked and pooped your pants. That's pretty much what it is, but once again, you can go ahead and check the description for that. Utilize the color code chart to keep yourself zoned in. And here's the thing. Best thing you can do is slow down if you can't see, okay? Just slow it down. You have better reaction times. You buy yourself time by slowing down. Having the wrong attitude. So Dunning-Kruger can just happen because nothing has happened to you. You think you're just that good because nothing has happened. Now, you could go into it thinking you're Max Wrist or something and be an idiot, but you can have the wrong attitude about it. Ego can cause you to go around corners super fast. It can cause you to go through intersections. And here's another thing. Let's go ahead and get up to here, though. Another thing is peer pressure. Peer pressure gets so many people, especially new riders. You want to look cool. I get it. You want to look cool in front of your friends that have been riding for a while. They got you into riding. See, it's a nice little sharp decreasing radius there. Got you into riding. You want to look cool in front of them. You guys go up to the mountains. It's the first time in the mountains for you. They've been doing it for a while. You guys are talking on your Cardo Pack Talk Bolts, whatever it is. And you're just trying to keep up, and you can't because you don't have the skill set. And that's fine. Your friends should know better. But peer pressure will make it to where you don't even speak up. And that's bad. You want to be able to speak up. That's why we have the Cardos here. We speak up saying, hey, this is too fast for me. I'm pulling back. And your friends should be like, cool, let's slow it down, guys. And that's really what it should be. But a lot of times people don't speak up. A lot of times people think that they can do it better. A lot of times people think that they don't have to speak up or whatever it is. That's the thing. You can't assume somebody's going to understand what you need. So it seems like ego and peer pressure is one of the biggest causes of motorcycle crashes that I see, because a lot of it involves too much speed for the environment or for the skill set of the rider. And that's not good. And that's why we practice our slow speed skills here, because you start to realize, oh my gosh, even at slow speed, going like in a decreasing radius right here, I have to actually like prepare, you know, slow down a little bit more. And then once my nose is out, then I can go. When you're out in the corners going, you know, 50, 60, 70 in a 35 because your friends want to go that fast, you can't really make those adjustments. So go out to the parking lot, practice, practice, practice. Make sure you get the training drill booklet. You get a lot of stuff when it comes to it. The MTC Rider Academy has been a huge support of this channel. I don't know, I'm an instructor there, head instructor. So check it out. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, ride smart. I'll see you around. Come on, get the music going. Come on now, you got it. There we go. Whew. What is up, everybody? We are doing a later stream. Got my little girdle going on right here. My back is out, so we'll see if I can stand up all day. But we're gonna be talking about some motorcycle crashes and close calls. I see a ton of you guys getting, these challenge coins that we got going on. Whew. Comes with a DDFM crew pledge. Make sure you guys sign it. Tag me on Instagram. Can you turn it down a little bit? No? Okay. Just talk louder. Okay. Sign it. Tag me on Instagram, and I'll share it to my story. I'm going to create a whole new highlight of all of you that have pledged when you get your challenge coin. This is mine. Do you have yours? No, because I haven't shipped any out. I'm going to start bringing them to class. If you don't have them in class, you guys have to do 10 push-ups or click the like button 3 times. We also got glove holders. Got some glove holders. But anyways, let's get to class. Let's go ahead and start. Whew. Okay, can we turn it down? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and leave it up here. Practice on country roads. Where's everybody from, Bob? Bob, where are you from? Where are you from? I'm actually stoked to be here, Dan. I messaged you on Instagram asking for another class on this given. What happened, Lone? It's hard to get Instagram messages. I get a whole bunch of them. Usually from dudes wanting my beard routine, but we got some stuff we got here today. But before we jump into it, here's the DDFM crew pledge. It's on very antique paper that I personally antiqued myself in the toilet. But anyways, you'll see it. Sign the pledge. It says right there. Sign it, date it. Take a picture of it. Here's the challenge coin. Let's go ahead and pull it out of here. Now this is number 203. They have numbers on the back of them. I got number 1. So whoever's gonna get this one, I don't want to like mess it up because it comes in a nice little plastic little holder. Let's go ahead. Look at that. Antique copper looking. $203. There you go. $203. And on the sides, let's go ahead and do this. Awareness. Action. Accountability. Hey. United States only. I know I'm going to get those questions. Why don't I ship to Canada? International shipping is kind of crazy. You get a pledge with it, and you get a shout out. So if you hold it up and you do this, and you send me a picture of it, I'll be shouting you out on the Instagrams.coms/DanDanTheFireman. So far there's a lot of people getting them. There's only 300 made, so 1 to 300. But I got number 1. I already gave out number 4 to Bella. And I got number 11 to Kylie. Number 22 to someone special. So Yeah, and we got some for the moderators on Discord. Those are already taken. So we got a few of those, like number 69. How you doing, Zaraza? Number 13 to Nikki. Enigma. We got a few more people on there. But most of them are you're just going to get the number that you get and don't make a fit. All right? So today we got this. Go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza, though. What company made those? I can't tell you that. Maybe I can, but maybe not right now. I don't know. I don't want to tell them. I mean, I want them to... They got to pay me for that. I cost money to advertise for people. Come on now. Come on. Oh, my back is killing me, though. First time joining. So, Illinois from Bob. Bob's from Illinois. Illinois from Bob. Bob's from Illinois. Oh, we missed a new member. Jeff Christensen. Welcome, rookie member. Let's go and turn that down a little bit. Jeez. Welcome, rookie member. El Paso, Texas. I'll be in Florida on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Anybody here from Florida? Hire them from ammo coins. Just look up challenge coins and it starts with a D, ends with a D. Middle initial is O. The Talking Creeper, welcome veteran crew member. Anybody here from Florida? I'll be flying out to Florida Monday, coming back Wednesday, and then I got a Phoenix event Thursday. And then your mom invited me for dinner Friday next week. Hey, maybe we could do a little meetup in Florida, Fort Lauderdale area, Boca area. During the day. I know, you guys probably work. That sucks. Keep my helmets for about 5 years. Yep. I keep them for about 5 years. Helmets are pretty good for about 5 years. Watch my channel for a while. I show your videos to driver's education class. To your driver's education class. Wow, Jeff. I keep hearing from D-Day from crew members. I get messages here and there. Definitely in the Discord server saying that their motorcycle and coach, like at the MSF, their BRC, like talks about this channel, which is very interesting because it's like you guys are in a class already. I don't know. It's just interesting. To Chin, man. To Chin. Man, I had a massage today, first time in like I don't know how long. Whew, I fell asleep twice. Felt great. What's up, Mark? How you doing? First time in the chat. I've been thinking about getting a motorcycle, but wanted to watch videos about riding first and taking a course. You're from Florida. Mark, you're from Florida. What area of Florida? What area of Florida? The Florida. What's up, dude? From Florida? Where are you? What areas, guys? U.S. Airman currently deployed in Saudi Arabia. Longtime watcher, so I figured it was time to join the crew. Well, of course, you're a veteran, dude. You're a veteran crew member. Nice. Tony, of course. Tony, it's good to have you here, as always, with the gray beard. Deltona. I don't know where any of this stuff is. From Pennsylvania. From England. Been riding for 40 years, still learning. I love the way you explain things. Dave, thank you. A lot of people say I explain things like, I go in like this roundabout way of explaining things. I just like go boom, 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 boom. But the thing is, I learn, I coach and talk how I learn. And so I learn from somebody talking. And if they explain it once in one specific way and I don't get it, well, I just don't get it. So if they explain it 3 ways, 3 different ways, the same thing, maybe 1 out of those 3 I get, well, there you go. I don't have to ask a question, if that makes sense. So I just constantly talk. It's just what I do. It's what I do. So I appreciate you saying that, Dave. Thank you. Long-time lurker, the first-time commenter. Caleb, how you doing? Learner test this weekend in Sydney. Big love, Dan. Hey, it's good to have you here. I like when some is cut and dry and some makes you think about what you're saying. Keep the mind sharp. Yeah. I've been riding for 6 years. How long have you been riding for? Since November 2011. Hi from Australia. Riding for 1 year and love the channel. First time in the live stream. Good to have you here, Oog Boog. You're going to be an instructor next season, Bob? That's amazing. Hey, guys, hey, there's already like about 15 of these coins getting sent out. Somebody just bought 4. Somebody just got 4 coins. Now, the coins only... Pause the music real quick. The challenge coins, just like Gremlin Bells or Guardian Bells, copyrighted, trademarked, I'm probably getting in trouble for saying all this stuff, but you're only supposed to get challenge coins if they're given to you. So you guys are buying them, but the thing is, they have to be given to you. So the way I'm kind of bypassing that, and there's a loophole with it, is that you have to sign this. When you get your challenge coin, you have to sign the D Different Crew pledge. Or else the magic in the challenge coin doesn't work. You literally have to be given it. Unless you're buying it to give to somebody else. Then it's okay. But if you're going to keep it, you have to sign that. You have to. And then make sure you send it to me. Now turn the music back on. Brian, well, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. What's up, I Shoot Cannon? I got a cannon. A little cannon. Hey, Tony, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad you're still here. Guys, we're talking about the challenge coins real quick. We're going to jump into this. We have the locating hazardous situations here. 94 people in class, but only 50 of you signed in. Make sure you click that like button. What'd you miss, Aaron Green? Not much. Do I know the history behind challenge coins? Yeah. Yeah, I was in the fire service. I got a few challenge coins from my departments. I was given a few of them. Got some really cool ones that I don't really share. But anybody here have the original D Different Crew challenge coin? Because I made like 150 of them like 3-4 years ago. We're back into it. We got a few more designs coming in, some hexagonal designs, little things like that. All right, everybody, we're gonna be jumping into this right here. This is gonna be the October 20th, 2022 Writing Smart syllabus. Now we're gonna be going over locating hazardous situations. This is part of the plan method: position for safety, locate hazardous situations, assess possible solutions, and navigate active threats. Okay, navigate active threats. So here we go. We're gonna jump right into it. So intersections. Okay, intersections are definitely notoriously dangerous for anybody on the road. Okay, so intersections, you have that path of travel opportunity. The whole point is to intersect. So you're supposed to be able to switch left, switch right. People go in front of you. That's why there's usually some signage, some lights. There's some traffic control. There's usually something there to hopefully prevent some collisions. Well, not everybody follows the rules, and not everybody really pays attention. And you typically have left turners that go out in front of you. So when we talk about planning our ride, we talk about the color code charts. The main thing here is, the color code charts right there. The main thing here with those is that when you're going into an intersection, you should be in orange state. So you're prepped and ready. You're covering the brakes. You're looking for those escape routes. That was part of the positioning for safety: escape routes, line of sight, space cushions. So we're constantly looking for that stuff. So we're coming up to a stale green light. So the green light's been there for a little bit. We've been seeing it for a while. Maybe somebody's going to be in the turn lane. We need to find that escape route. We need to be able to progressively brake in time, or at least slow down enough to allow that person to go and then get out of the way. And we're going to talk a lot about that during the live stream when we have some situations where this is going to happen, because we're going to see some crashes and close calls when it comes to intersections. Corners right here. Corners are going to be pretty dangerous for motorcyclists. Typically, failure to negotiate a corner. Like right there, it says failure to negotiate a corner is a common motorcycle crash. Now, typically what happens there is a lot of motorcycle riders just go too fast into the corner and then get shot out to the end. So when you accelerate, your motorcycle wants to go towards the outside. When you decelerate in a corner, it wants to go onto the inside. So if you're having trouble negotiating or navigating a corner, if you go a little bit slower, you can actually turn it a little bit easier. So we talk a lot about slow look, press, and roll. I was recently at Champ School. I learned quite a bit about that. I didn't participate. Well, I wasn't at Champ School. I was at Indy Motorsports with Chris Paris and a buddy, and got to learn a lot. Got to learn about a few things. It was more like a one-on-one session, and it's a little bit different on track. You are accelerating all the way towards the edge of basically the straightaway right before the turn, and then you apply a lot of brakes, and then you make the turn. And you do trail braking, do all those advanced techniques. But on a motorcycle in town, you're doing more progressive braking. You're trying to slow down sooner so that you can negotiate these corners and slow down sooner progressively towards a stop sign. So it's a little bit different than when you're on the track versus actually in town, but there's a lot of similarities. Mainly, you need to have the right entry speed, and then you need to actually go through the corner by turning. So there's a lot of that stuff going on, and corners are definitely a hazardous situation. So go into orange stage, prepped and ready, slow it down beforehand. Not a big deal. It's always easier to add more speed. Lane filtering just passed in Arizona. Just passed in Arizona. Pretty crazy. A lot of people don't know how to do it. A lot of drivers hate it when we do it. I just started doing it, but it's so nice out. There's no reason for me to do it. So I just treat lane filtering as a tool in my toolbox. You don't have to use it. You don't have to do it. If you want to, go ahead, do it right. Just like if you have a hammer, maybe you should use a screwdriver, whatever. So make sure you use the right tool for the right situation. And if it's a long line, super hot out, sure, go to the front. If it's a small line and it's like wintertime and you're not freezing your butt off and you're kind of just chilling, listen to your Cardo Pack Talk Edge and Bold because the music is so good and it's super loud in there, make sure you have hearing protection, just sit in line. Who cares? But the main thing here with the hazardous situation for lane filtering is that when you're in between two vehicles, the only escapes you have is to accelerate or decelerate. Somebody can merge into you. You don't have space cushions. So part of positioning for safety is having space cushions to the left, right, center, or left, right, forward, and backwards. Well, two of them are already taken. Okay, your line of sight is also pretty screwed up. You can only look forward and backwards. Your escape routes are pretty screwed up. You only got forward and backwards. So you are pretty restricted to that. So definitely don't go super fast going through a lane filtering position. And then make sure you are in orange stage covering those brakes, constantly getting ready to brake and getting ready to get yourself out of there. So heavy wind, definitely a big issue. Not really when it's at your back. So it's kind of like, running with wind at your back. You might get a little bit faster. Wind at your front, well, that can be a little bit weird because now you're going to maybe hit a lot of wind to your chest, depending on how fast you're really going. Interstate speeds, wind to the chest kind of sucks. You get used to it. But the big one here is wind to your sides. Okay, so if you're riding down an interstate going 60, 70 miles an hour, and you have like a 20, 30 mile an hour gusts or winds from your right to your left, it's going to start pushing you off to the left. You kind of have to lean into it. Use your leg as a sail. So here's like my feet on the pegs. Use your leg as a sail. It's going to start pulling you towards that way. So wind is coming this way. Pull your leg out. It's going to start pulling you that way. It's going to help you out a little bit. I do have a very old video on that. Probably should be updated, but the information is absolutely the same. Wind is pretty scary, especially when you're going around big objects, going through a tunnel, going underneath a bridge. All of a sudden, the wind disappears, then it comes right back. You start having issues. Night driving. So common hazards with night driving, definitely line of sight problems, definitely vision problems. You can't see very far. You can only pretty much, your stopping distance and your evasive distance is really what your headlights can do. So if you have your high beams up, maybe you could do some stuff. If you have really terrible low beams, probably a big issue. If there's a lot of street lights, probably doing pretty good. But the thing is, you're also very small, so other drivers can't see you very well. So this is a hazardous situation when you're out riding at night. Always be prepared. I'm pretty much in orange stage the whole time when I'm riding at night. Only when I'm in town and I know there's no other vehicles and I have a lot of street lights and I know there's no animals going to be running out. That's the only time I really go into yellow stage. Night driving out in the desert or in the wilderness, got a lot of animals, a lot of nocturnal animals, a lot of animals that hunt at night, move at night. Got to be very careful with that. So last one is vehicle blind spots. Okay, so when we talked about lane filter, we talked about intersections, all these other things. What about when we're all just going with the flow of traffic? Okay, and we start getting up into next to somebody, we start moving into their blind spot. They want to switch lanes because you have the big pattern of big open lane. They will merge into you because they didn't see you, didn't look, whatever the stupid thing is. The main thing is once you notice you're in a blind spot, once you notice that you're not staggered completely, that's when you should go into an orange stage. It's a hazardous situation, so they can move into you. So just stay staggered the whole time until you're ready to completely pass and then pass them up. Because you're on a motorcycle. You can accelerate pretty quickly, and they're idiots and they like to merge quickly without looking. So be very, very careful. They don't use their eyeballs. Very, very bad. Make sure you hit that like button, sign in. Once again, we do have the DDFM Crew Challenge coins and the pledge that you have to sign or it doesn't count because you should just sign it. Let's go ahead and get into class. So right here, this is the syllabus that we have. Now, if you are an MTC Rider Academy, let's go ahead and get the music back up. MTC Rider Academy Cadet, So if you join the MTC Rider Academy for $4.99 the first month, after that is $9.99. Prices are going to go up. You can lock it in right now. Prices will go up in 2023. You actually get this beforehand. So what I'm going to do is click this. It's going to take us to the video that we're going to be going over. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do this real quick so I can get a preview. There we go. So now I have that. Let's get my journal out of here. I like to journal. I have therapy tomorrow, so that's why I want to get this done today, because I don't know how I'm going to feel after therapy at 9 a.m. in the morning. And I was going to go up Mount Lemon, get the sunrise, but my back, man. My back. Lone Wolf, welcome to the veteran crew, the Crow. Welcome to the senior crew member. How you doing, bikers? Welcome back. Reflex, just lost my friend. Oh, man, I'm sorry. He was 26. We bought bikes together, and 3 weeks after he bought, someone pulled out in front of him, and he has passed on. Suzuki 750. Nothing he could do. Be careful out there. Sorry, Reflex. Thank you for the 10, but that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. Super sorry, man. It's no buenos. It's no buenos. It's a terrible feeling. Terrible. Yeah. All right, guys. We got a video right here. Got a video from Bikers. What's up, Stefter? Welcome to the crew. Boom. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. This is a Bikers video. Ooh, uncommon thing. There's the merge issue. Should be passing on the right. There is a intersection. That is going for a nice little dip in the water. Now we're going to jump right into it. Let's take a look. All right, so we're going 115 miles per hour. No buenos. I would not be doing that. Now we're cutting across. That's your fault, buddy. This is not your racetrack, and then we crash on the ground. So what did that teach us? What did that teach us? Right here. Okay, this is not our racetrack. More than likely, it's a quad lock. So, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, you always get yourself a quad lock. But the thing is, we're going 115 miles per hour. It looks like we're supposed to be in the right lane. We're racing our buddy up ahead. Once again, we have signage. So we have a sign right there basically saying it's a squiggles. It's going to be sharp left, sharp right. We're coming up, and we're going to go ahead and go do outside, inside, outside using both lanes on a blind turn. Okay, you can't assume that there's no vehicles on the other side. Now, on a track, you can assume that there's no cross traffic. You can assume that the road is pretty much clear. They take care of the track, hopefully, that you're at a good track. So here, we're taking massive risks. This is definitely not going to be somebody that's being a smart rider. We're not seeking, recognizing, and understanding hazardous situations. Very lucky that this was not a head-on, but let's take a look at something positive here. He's going 82 miles per hour, and he swerves. Now, he crashes at the end, but he still swerves. So if this was a straightaway, he could still swerve at 82 miles an hour. Okay, maybe 70. So there's the swerve. Thankfully, the truck got out of the way because he definitely would have lost that one. I'd rather crash into the grass versus going head-on into this vehicle because he would be dead and we wouldn't be getting this footage. And because it would be a fatality. So make sure you guys aren't doing this. So we already know the factors leading up to this. And then he dumps the bike before he even hits the grass. So if you're going to be doing stuff like this, make sure you take it to a track or slow it down and stay in your lane. It's pretty simple. I think you guys understand it. Let's just move on to the next one. It's got full gear. All right, so what are we doing here? This looks like a lot of construction. Not construction, I'm sorry. It looks like we're at a dock. Great job straightening it up and applying the brakes. You see how if we weren't hauling ass, this guy was in the wrong lane too, right? So it's almost like the same situation that we're out in the mountains hauling booty versus we're out here in an area where we do still have a blind turn. So this is more of the in-town industrial area type stuff, blind turn riding. And we're not going super fast. And all of a sudden, we're going to see something around this corner. Look, he's on the outside. Okay. So then all of a sudden he sees this, straightens it up, applies the brakes. If he was going 10, 15, 20, 30, 150 miles an hour, more than what he's currently doing, he would have just crashed right into this. Thankfully, he was able to slow down in time because his total stopping distance was actually really good. He perceived, reacted, and his braking distance was not very far because he wasn't going fast. Therefore, he was able to stop. Have I seen the video where the guy heads on a fire truck? Yes. That's a no. That's no good. I mean, of all things to hit, that's probably the best thing you could hit, but still. All right, going pretty fast. Green light. Okay, made it through. Back into yellow stage. We're still going too fast, though. Now, why did that person's... Okay, so look at the pattern here. Let's look at some patterns. Where you got 14 people getting challenge coins. Guys, there's only 300 of these made. Make sure you guys grab them right now. 300 challenge coins made. And they got the numbers on the back of them. 14 people already got them. Whew. Links in the description. All right, so we're in the chat. Here we go, guys. We're going to come up to here. We're going pretty fast. Now, who knows? I can't tell the speedometer. I don't know if it's the flow of traffic. I don't know. But why is this vehicle stopped? Okay, this is that uncommon thing in a common situation. There's a full-on open area in front of them. Brake lights, person is stopped. Don't know why. Don't understand. I'm going in an orange stage. I'm slowing it down. I'm covering my brakes. I don't know. Once I pass them and I look and see how stupid they are, then I'm going to move on. But if they're not stupid and they stop because there's like, a bunch of road debris or somebody's pulling out in front of them or there's just like a guy with a sword, I don't know. Something could be going on. I at least am prepared now with my hands over the brakes. I have escape routes. I'm positioning for safety, all those things. But as soon as I see this, you got to do something. You just can't be like, oh, I'm going to keep going. So there is going to be that person turning left. Now, more than likely, the guy that is stopped, the red vehicle that stopped, is wanting to turn left too. Okay. Now, why did this vehicle not see us? Why didn't we see them here? Let's take a look. We haven't seen that. We can't see them. We can't see it. Maybe you can see them right now because of the headlights, but why can we not see them right now? Write it in the comments. Write in the comments. You got 3, 2, 1. It's a line of sight problem. The red car, exactly, Aaron Green. The red car is blocking them. It's blocking the line of sight for us to see them. It's blocking their line of sight to see us. That's the problem here. That's the problem. So we can't get pissed off at them. What we can do is recognize something uncommon. We don't know if it's a line of sight problem. We don't know if it's a road surface hazard problem. We don't know if it's, a roadway user problem. We don't know if a guy with a sword problem. But we do know we have a line of sight problem. And that right there is going to put me into orange stage just so I'm prepped and ready for anything. Just for anything. Covering the brakes, looking for escape routes, slowing it down a little bit, getting a little bit of weight on that front tire because I did some engine braking. So now it's, slowing me down just a little bit. And now I can apply the brakes pretty easily because I got traction on the front tire. I can swerve. I can do whatever I need to once I have more information. So when we get up to here, I have more information. I see a side of the vehicle. I already back there applied a little bit of engine braking. So I'm prepped and ready. That's the whole point of positioning for safety and locating hazardous situations, that uncommon thing in a common situation. So honking the horn's not going to save you. Turning and swerving left will. Maybe going straight, who knows? But look at the gap closed. We are side of the vehicle. This is probably, we talked about what's in between these lines, probably about 30, 40 feet. How quickly can you close 30, 40 feet when you're going 30, 40 miles an hour? Write in the comments if you know how to do math. So we're going to get up to here. Was able to just change positions. That's great. That's cool. Whatever. But that's too close for me. It's too close for me. Way too close. All right, here we go. So we have a green light. Person's going super far. Oh. There's the impact. What kind of mechanism injury can we possibly have with this? What kind of mechanism? Whoa, was that a passenger? That is a passenger. What kind of mechanism can we have just for us? Maybe not the passenger. And look, she got ejected, or he got ejected. I don't know. The passenger got ejected. So left shoulder for her. All right, so we're coming up to here. Green light. Don't pass on the right. Don't pass on the right. Okay, so take your time. So there's the indicator. We didn't see it because there's so much information going on right now. Maybe we're new, maybe we're not. I don't know. But tons of information. Lots of pedestrians, lots of traffic, lots of road surface hazards. Let's just wait. Let's just wait. Let's just wait a little bit. There's no rush. There's no rush. What's the water? Oh, possible injuries. This is why you have motorcycle armor in your jacket, in your shoulder area, to hopefully absorb the impact of that so that it doesn't fracture anything. Acquire and use protective equipment. We do have a link in the description for some Revzilla gear. When you click that link, it's going to take you to the beginner gear section. So make sure you guys check it out. And the thing is, when you have gear, it's going to hopefully absorb it. So it's not going to prevent pain. It's not going to prevent an injury. It's not going to prevent much. But the thing is, it's going to hopefully mitigate it from a fracture to maybe a bruised bone. Maybe instead of a fracture and torn ligament, level 3 torn ligament, which is a complete snap of it, maybe it's a 1 or 2 level where it's still intact. And that's good because once you snap a ligament, it doesn't want to grow back without surgery. There's not a lot of blood flow. You got to get PRP, prolotherapy, whatever it is, platelet-rich plasma. You got to do all of that crazy stuff. Some of you guys are like, what's that? I don't know. Anyways, DC Scout going through here. Moving on. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing it. Oh, did we just pull out in front of that guy? Both in the left lane. It's illegal to change lanes in intersection for a reason. Okay, we're finding reasons. We're going black and white here. Okay, let's go back a little bit, buddy. I just want to see what this looks like. Okay, so we're in far right lane. There's a vehicle on the far right. Okay, so we're in like the second to right lane. Okay, so either way, here's the thing. Either way, close call happens. This is why you wear gear, just in case you got rear-ended. You got rear-ended. Whatever it is. It's all right. Whatever. It's a close call. There's not much you can do there. Anyways, here we go. We got road surface hazards all over the place. We have a weirdo driving. Oh, there's somebody in your mirror. Great 360 situational awareness. This is why you check your mirrors. Look at that. Boom, right there. Check your mirrors, 360 situational awareness. We talk about that in the MTC Rider Academy. It's basically it's all of Unit 1, planning your ride, and then also making sure that you know where you are in position. You're oriented. I want to be there, I'm here. 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 You're constantly orienting yourself to the situation and space and time. Okay, it's kind of cool. So we're going to come up to here. He's like, well, I don't want to be stuck behind this vehicle. This is kind of like that pattern I'm talking about, right? So we usually see it from the other way, where we're the car as a motorcyclist, and we see somebody here, there's an open lane, they switch. So we see this, okay, let's put ourselves in a different perspective here. And we're going to be like, I want to get over here because this person is going too slow for me. That's pretty much what's happening. Well, typically you see motorcyclists like hauling booty, and this is typically a car, and they're like, we're going to switch over, and then everyone gets pissed off at the car driver. So you can't get pissed off at cars. You got to get pissed off at people, at humans. No, don't get pissed off. Here's the thing. This is a natural thing that's going to happen. You should recognize it. And as car drivers, they should be seeing us. They don't. But as motorcyclists, guess what? He saw this. He knows how dangerous it is for this maneuver. Recognizes he needs to do a life safety head check, and then also checks his mirrors. Boom, somebody's there. Let's get back in line. So he did a great job, but this happens. There's the head check. There's the vehicle. Not going to make it happen. And then he moves over. So he did what he was supposed to do. This is what car drivers are supposed to do. And motorcyclists are just smarter. Just saying. All right, moving through here. Whoa, that was way too quick of a video. So there's the breakage. Freaking Subarus. So what kind of injuries? This is an angular incident. Right side. Definitely right leg. Call 911. Oh, this is a rescue incident. So right leg. There's the right leg. Look at right knee. Did a blanket drag, blanket carry. Ooh, here we go. A little bit of rainage. Oh man. Anybody want to go out and do this with me someday? I would love to do this. Little TT 125s. All right, here we go. Let's take a quick look. So when we talk about mechanism of injury here, so right here, this person decided to just come out in front of them. Not much you could have done in this situation. This is why we wear gear. This is exactly why you wear gear. So right leg, so we're going right into it. Right leg, right shoulder. Now when you hit the ground, you're going to have all the body damage. You're going to have your head hit the ground, left side too, your ankles, your back. But the main thing is that we're traveling at, how fast were we going? We were traveling at about 30 miles an hour. So 30 miles an hour into the object. And then when we're tumbling on the ground, it's maybe like 15 miles an hour. Still painful, but most of it is going to be right there into that right leg. Now you should have knee armor. Now that, like I said, that's only going to mitigate injuries. Now, if he didn't have any armor, we're talking about avulsions to the knee, possibly rip off his patella, and the patella tendons just kind of just destroyed. You know, dislocation of the knee, femur fracture, all the forces from the knee basically going into the pelvis. Now you have the head of your femur shooting out the back of your pelvis. You're going to have a lot of injuries. Hopefully you have motorcycle armor, you know, like D30 armor, Kovac, whatever comes with your motorcycle gear. Hopefully it's CE rated. That should be. And it's going to mitigate. It's going to absorb some of that. So now the forces, instead of like a 10 out of 10, it's maybe like a 5 out of 10. Maybe that 5 out of 10 is only going to cause a bruise. It's only going to cause very minor soft tissue swelling versus a broken bone and lots of soft tissue swelling. So that's really what it is. It's not there to stop it and prevent it and make sure you don't get hurt. It's not a suit of armor. It's just going to hopefully mitigate some of that. So there's the impact. Not much you could have done. Tried to brake. Lovecraft fan? I don't know, man. I don't know. So great thing, call 911. Make sure you're getting people on scene. So here's the thing. He was remaining calm. He's telling somebody to call 911. Very good. Tell somebody to call 911. Now you have to ensure your own safety. Well, he's on the ground. He's kind of, you know, he's trying to rescue himself. He can't do much. Okay, so ensuring his own safety maybe would be to stay on the ground because he doesn't know if he has a spinal injury. Now everyone else here coming up to the scene, they need to make sure they ensure their own safety. Wear gear. Make sure no other traffic hits us. Stopping major bleeds. Maybe he might be bleeding out of his leg. He could have had a massive laceration, cut his femoral artery, or just cut some major blood vessels and veins in his leg. Starts bleeding out. You don't want to lose a lot. You start losing a lot, you start having issues, and it's raining out. It looks pretty cold. You know, you can catch hypothermia, which we talk about on the backside of this. But you basically have a thermal blanket, which comes with our rescue packs. Anyways, you can apply direct pressure, apply a tourniquet, or pack the wound, usually in junctional areas like the neck. Get that. You guys don't need to see that. You don't get to have that. But, you know, in the growing area, stuff like that, where you can't put a tourniquet. So if we flip the card over, right here, stop any external bleeding, lay the rider down, monitor changes, keep the rider warm. Very important. But you definitely have some head injury symptoms, spinal cord injury symptoms, and maybe some shocky symptoms. So if you see any of these symptoms, basically the only thing you can do is that you got to get him to the hospital. Got to get him to the hospital. So let's take a quick look. Can we get that off the screen? Thank you very much. Let's see what they're doing. I'm just going to describe a few things. All right, so right here, he is on his left side because his right leg is in pain, and what they're doing is getting a blanket underneath him. They're not putting him on a hard backboard. What they're doing is putting him on a blanket so they can do a lift. Okay, so maybe they ruled out C-spine, which is kind of weird, unless their protocols say that if he's not complaining of any neck or back pain, then you can rule out C-spine, which, like I said, I don't like, but it is what it is. I think it started changing when I left this service. Brian McAllender, I can't even speak right now. $50 donation. Cheers, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ultimate warrior, baby. So they're putting him on a blanket so they can lift him up. It's a lot easier that way. So what they did is log roll him to one side, put the blanket underneath him, lay him down, and then pull the blanket around, and they basically wrap it and get some handles and put it up. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. The person at the head calls it, which is going to be this person right here. Looks like you got a bystander off to the side helping out, which is very cool. And that's something that you can do on scene. That's something you could do on scene. So right now they're laying him down. And there he is. He's holding his right knee. This can be a position of comfort. They're going to let him do that. I don't know why they didn't strap him to the gurney, because once you lift him up, it's a little bit dangerous. Could easily tip and fall over. Should probably strap him in. Nice mutton chops, buddy. But his right knee is going to be in pain. If you notice, there's no avulsions, no bleeding or anything like that. It's just going to be that internal bone and then possibly bruised muscle, all that other stuff. Where he's kind of holding it is at the very tippity top of his tib fib. A lot easier to break than the femur, but who knows? He could have dislocated parts of it, tore an ACL, LCL, PCL, all those different ligaments inside the knee. Not good. There's the lift, dual lift. These guys look kind of old. That's poor lifting technique, buddy, on the right. Come on, you're going to hurt your back like me. They got an automatic gurney. Very good. And it's starting to rain like crazy. So it looks like we had a buddy show up or was riding and rescued the other person. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, here we go. Having some fun on track, low-sided. Oof. Got a little bit of a booty on the ground. Now, the cool thing about leathers is that it is probably the best motorcycle gear that you can have for multiple reasons. First and foremost, it's covering your whole body. Secondly, leather has some of the best, if not the best, abrasion resistance. Once again, Brian, thank you for the 50. Abrasion resistance. Textiles have really good abrasion resistance, and there's some that compete with leather. The thing is, with leather, it doesn't have as much thermal transfer to your skin from the ground. So when you're sliding across the ground from abrasions, you are producing heat. You're producing friction. So you're producing that heat that's going to transfer. So just because you don't have skin getting ripped off because you have gear with textiles and leathers, you can get first, second, have never seen a third degree, but first, second degree burns like blisters and pain from the heat, depending on how far you slid. So leathers, especially like this, is going to mitigate a lot of that heat transfer. So you got that double layer of protection just from abrasions. From impacts, there's so many different impact protection points on leathers like this. Same thing with textiles, but the one thing that leather has over textiles is that thermal transfer. And I don't know, it's just really good. I just wanted to share with that. So that's a low side. He's going to slide into the side of it. A little fun on mini bikes. I definitely want to do this. Little supermotos, mini bikes, whatever. That looks like a supermoto. But mini bike stuff, lots of fun. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Let's watch this one. Looks like he's going to be doing some crazy stuff. Going a little bit fast, switching lanes. There's that merge issue. Let's go ahead and find a better spot. We escaped out of it and moving on. All right, so slow it down. Now we're going with the flow of traffic. You notice that? Now we're going slower than the flow of traffic. XN, here we go. We're going to turn right. Watch out. Why is that person applying the brakes? You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't fight for it. Don't fight for it. At that point, either accelerate through to get out of there or apply the brakes and let them in. Let's take a quick look at this. Okay, so we're coming up here. Okay, this is an intersection. Okay, this is going to be an area where things can intersect or get off and do all those other things. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Only 85 people signed in. We have 160 people in class today. Come on, guys. Sign in, grab a slice of pizza. Let's do this. All right, we're coming up to here. Oh, brake lights. Why is there brake lights? Like that right there is going to indicate to me that I got to do something. I'm going to be in orange stage. I'm already pulling off. I already know that I got to slow down, do all these things. I'm watching behind me, 360 situational awareness. But I'm in orange stage. You never know. Man, my sciatica is really messing with me down my left leg. So we're coming up to here. Brake lights, don't know. Maybe they're slowing down and stopping because of the intersection up ahead. So let's just assume, right? Let's assume they're going to stay in their own lane. I don't like doing that until I'm actually clear. I'm still in orange stage. I don't like this. We're coming up to here. Oh, there we go. Now they're merging. So do we have a pretty good total stopping distance? Now, when I say total stopping distance, doesn't mean we stop. I'm saying, well, it says right there, total stopping distance. I want us to slow down. So do we have enough time to really slow down to let this person in? This is what we got to work with. Slowing down right here just so they can go in. Do we have enough time? I think we do, because look at our speed. We're only going 35. That's only 15 miles an hour more than what you do in the MSF. Max. I think we could do this. I think we could slow it down. I think we can let that person in. It's not a big deal. We see it ahead of time, right? Because we're in orange stage. We already know that this is going to be a hazardous situation. Never slowed down. Kind of got pissed off. Kind of got freaked out. Kind of panicked a little bit. Decided to do a rev bomb. SIJ belt. My back rarely hurts. It just, this week, man. I think I did something. I think it's stress-induced. Yeah, let's just get ourselves out of there. Either accelerate out, which can be dangerous because we're in the middle of a turn. So really, to me, when I see all these different factors, turn, merging, only two escapes, or acceleration, deceleration, maybe move off to the right, but then I'm still side by side, I'm going to decelerate. Usually that's the default for me. Deceleration. Deceleration. All right, TK stunts. Here we go. Stunting. There we go. Let's do a wheelie. Hopefully you don't go all the way back. Don't go past 12. Ooh. Yeah, get off the road. Rescue yourself. You can call 911 on your Cardo Pack Talk.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, we got a guy in the truck rescuing. Get himself out of there. Just a scary situation. Scary situation overall. What kind of injuries can we have here? I'm going to just play it, and I'm going to move on. Write it in the comments. What kind of mechanism injury could we have here? Think of him falling backwards. Think of him falling backwards. This is very dangerous. And falling off to the right. Take your own risk, guys. Risk management. This is your choice. You're an adult. You can make your own choices. You can make your own choices. Back, neck, and head. Spinal. Yep. Yeah, it's all risk management. It's all risk management over here. Oh, my back. All right, Thomas stomped the devil. All right, lots of motorcycle cops. All right, side of the vehicle right there. Just, yeah, that driver shouldn't have done that, but we saw it ahead of time. We saw it ahead of time. Let's go back just a little bit. So we're coming up to here. This is the sheriff. A lot of motorcycle cops. Looks like an event going on. So what is it kind of telling you right now? What is it kind of telling you right now? Like, lots of things going on here. It's an event. We should be an orange stage. Possible people running out. Possible people doing some dumb stuff. Who knows? Kids walking out in the middle of the street because they're not paying attention. They got distracted by the cool flashy lights. There's the side of the vehicle. Okay, side of the vehicle. We're pretty far away. We're just kind of cruising. Not a big deal. Still an orange stage because of the event, the situation that we're in. Lots of people, lots of things going on. And then there we go. There we go. We got a side of the vehicle. All we have to do is slow down. Just slow down. We're already going slow. We don't need to honk. We don't need to make a scene. We don't need to let this person know that we're, right here. Hopefully they see it, but if they don't, they don't. And then let's get close, and that's really it. I don't know why we're watching this again. Can we just move on? What the heck? It's hurting my back. All right, we be Lebanon. Here we go. Let's see. Can't tell what that says, but he wanted to turn right without any sign. Okay, so it sounds like a merge issue. Great job with the braking. Handled the braking. Oh no, already, guys. We're coming up to a scene. We see a motorcycle. Let's go ahead and get our rescue caps on. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. What do? We're doing our assessment. No patience. So he's the one that crashed. He says he's fine. He's standing up. I know there's nothing we could see. There's no crash yet. There's no crash to be seen. We see him standing up. He's talking. Are you okay? Are you fine? I'm fine. So it sounds like he's a little bit conscious and aware. Who knows? He probably still thinks George Bush is president. Who knows? Might not be aware of the situation. He just is kind of aware. He knows he got into a crash. Looks like he's got some decent gear. Looks like he's got a jacket, helmet, got some gloves, maybe some long pants, maybe not motorcycle pants, maybe some shoes, not some boots. Who knows? So we're thinking maybe leg injuries, but kind of take a look at the scene. What do you think happened? What do you think happened? 3, 2, 1. Already looking at the scene without even being there. We have a chevron here. So it's going to be a sharp right turn coming up. Sharp right turn coming up, and we're off over here. What do you think really happened here? We missed our turn. Failure to negotiate a corner. One of the hazardous situations that we talked about at the beginning of class when it comes to getting into orange stage. Yeah, low side, slid off, whatever it is. Failure to negotiate the corner. Ran out of talent in the corner. Could have been it. Could have been it. Talent took it. Gravity attack. So yeah, we crashed. So when we think about crashing, somebody said low side. So what happens typically with the low side? We start getting abrasions down our side on one side. With gear, hopefully it's going to mitigate that. Textiles, going to have some thermal transfer. This guy with full leathers, not going to have that thermal transfer as much. But we could have some ripping of the jeans, maybe start getting some raspberries, maybe getting some venous bleedings, capillary bleeds. If a nice rock dug in, it could easily slice a small artery, major artery, whatever it is. Make sure that we're going to, stop any major bleeds if there are any. Kind of worried about head, neck, back pain, injuries. But if he says he's fine, he's fine. So it is what it is.
You all right?
So you could do all that walking up and talking to somebody. You could do an assessment that quickly. So he's standing. Help him out, dude. He just got into a crash.
Hey, bro, what socks for my boy?
Yeah.
Let's get it, bro.
Such a savior, getting wet socks for his boy. Guys, make sure you grab yourself the DDFM crew challenge coin. Links in the description, links in the chat. There's 300 made. That little spot on the bottom you can't see because it's blurry is the number. You can only get one if you signed this. Well, I guess you could get one and then not sign it. But if you do sign it, the magic actually pops up and you become a lot smarter, right? But if you do sign it, make sure you take a picture of it. Send it to me on Instagram. I will share it as a story, and I'm going to create a highlight so that every single person that bought one and shared it is going to stay there forever. All right, let's go and watch this one. Corner, what do you think is going to happen? Sun to shade. Oh, lost a little traction. Where'd that car come from? Don't know, because we can't see very well. Can't see very well when that happens. So, oh, there's the car. I guess we could have seen it. But right here, we're going into a shaded blind turn. Okay, so vision is important. We need light for our eyeballs to work. If there's no light, we can't see until our eyes adjust. So we're not really going to see too much until we get into the shaded area and then our eyes adjust. But guess what? If something is there waiting for us, it's a no buenos, okay? Like a little kid, like your little kid hiding in the closet, wanting to be fun, and you're going in there. It's first thing in the morning. You haven't had any coffee. You don't know why they're up, and you need to get changed for work, and you open the closet. Boom. Hey, hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. And then just like scaring the crap out of you. That could be it. It could be just gravel on the other side, and you don't know. You don't know until you open that closet door. You open the vision going into here, and then, hey, look it. There's some gravel. Crap. What are you doing up right now? Lost a little traction. Lost a little traction. Now, look where he ended up when he lost that traction. Thankfully, he saved himself. Imagine if there was a car coming. Imagine if there's a car coming. Dare somebody to donate $51? Jeez. Motorcycle Plus, here we go. We got a merge issue, possibly. Orange stage prepped and ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. He did not look, right? He did not look himself. He's just like, I don't want to be behind this vehicle. So there's that open pattern. Let's say this is us as motorcyclists and we see a car wanting to switch over because the truck is going too slow. That's an open pattern. So when we're coming into this merging area when we're already on the interstate, we should be in orange stage. Okay, I'm not going to talk about this dum-dum. I'm talking about this guy. This person should be in orange stage coming up to a merging area because you have people like this guy wanting to switch over super quick. It's a bad rider, bad driver, dum-dum, dum-dum, D-O-M, D-O-M, not the B. I don't put the B on it. Okay, I like the lollipops. So person shot out, not good. This person did a good job with the braking, but that doesn't always happen. And if this is us as a motorcycle rider and that's a car driver, same situation. It's always the person in charge of the vehicle. It's not the motorcycle. It's not the car. It's not the Prius. It's not the Mustang killing everybody at meetups. It's the person driving. And there we go. Dum-dum. All right, what do you think is going to happen here? Write it in the comments before we even jump in. 3, 2, 1, boom. Don't hit a tree. Don't fall down. Okay, there it is. It just fell down. And his buddy's right there. Very good. Make sure one of you guys have a rescue pack because you're out in the middle of nowhere. Once if you get a stick in your leg and you start bleeding out. It's one of those hazards. When you're out there in the middle of nowhere, who's going to rescue you? got to rescue yourself. Self-rescue is usually what's going to happen most of the time. There you go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Where's his phone? If he had a quad lock, his phone would still be there. Guys, grab yourself a quad lock. Link is in the description for a discount. All right, intersection. Okay, merge. There it is. Accelerated through. Non-issue. Handled it well. Yeah, all right. Make sure you wear some gear and get yourself a quad lock. Kokomoto. So we talked about at the very beginning of this class. We talked about it. We talked about the hazardous situations part of planning, locating hazardous situations. We talked about nighttime riding. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is kind of like our vision when it comes to the headlights. Okay, yeah, we could see out here a little bit, but it's probably because it's illuminated by all these other lights and the Mickey D's. Okay, that's what's happening. But if we're in the middle of nowhere, this is all we really have. So anything out here, like an animal, road surface hazard, we don't have a lot of total stopping distance. We don't have a lot of total swerving distance. We don't have very good space cushions, not good vision. So this is one of those things I wanted you guys to see. Now let's go and see actually what happens. Okay, we have an idiot driver wanting to swerve, almost got hit. Couldn't do much about that. Couldn't do much about that. Damn, that sucks. What a jerk. Spider Dijon. Got some mustard. Oh, what did he hit on the ground? It seemed kind of obvious, but why did we crash? Why did we crash?
Yeah, Bo. You good? Yeah?
Why did we crash? Ooh. Did we get a little bit in our hand? Potholes, gravel, animals, limited sight for... Yep, look at that.
Yeah?
That's a rock in his hand. That's why you wear gear, everybody. Where do we have... Let me go ahead and get my gloves from my glove holder that is available on the store, the DDFM Crew glove holder. Just keep it pinned. Nice little clasp. So where do we have motorcycle protection? You know? Where do we have reinforced stitching and extra leather? Get yourself some gear. We have the motorcycle glove holder on our store right now, but if you need gear, there is a link in the description for some Revzilla gear. It's the beginner gear, so it's low cost, still very good. Check it out. I only link to that stuff because it rotates when they have stuff in stock and they keep it up to date. But check it out. Links in the description. So let's take a quick look at what happened here. All right, we're going 24. Not bad. We're about to come up to a stop in a turn, so he's doing it. But it looks like he didn't really slow down a lot. And then as soon as he hits this gravel, maybe he applied some brake pressure. Multiple factors here. Let's think about that. So he's going into it a little bit too fast. Okay, maybe he can handle it if he just keeps going. Well, there's gravel now. Okay, so too much speed, gravel. Well, now he's panicking because he's going too fast. Let's go ahead and apply the brakes. There's three factors here going on. And then maybe he applied the brakes a little bit wrong because he's a brand new rider. It says a learner plate. And so instead of progressive braking, he slams them. Ooh, what about the other factor? Maybe there's no ABS on it. Ooh, so you start adding more and more and more, leads to a crash. And now we're like, okay, what's happening after this? Does he have gear? Let's mitigate those injuries. That's why being a smart rider is very important. You're seeking, maintaining, acquiring. This guy in the back is going to rescue. I might be mentoring. I don't know. But very, very important to have gear for this specific reason.
Let Kelly out, have him. Yeah, Bo. You good? Yeah? Yeah?
All right, Dominic's Moto Life. Okay, he's at a track. This is where you push it. Ooh, you see that dust up? You're out in the middle of nowhere, and you're riding with your buddies, and your buddy's in front of you, and you can't talk to you because you guys don't have Cardo Pack Talk Bolds or Edges or Free Comms or anything like that, which, by the way, we have a link in the description for all of that stuff with a discount code right there. So if you guys can't talk to each other, if you see a visual like that, more than likely he just crashed. More than likely. But we're on a track. Look at the runoff. He's not off a cliff. What's going to happen? All right, he's going to rescue his buddy. Look at that. Look at the runoff that we got. Is he good? Is he good? This might be an instructor.
Fuck.
Oh, that thing is trashed. Thing is trashed. That sucks. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. This would have been the side of a cliff. This would have been a guardrail. This would have been into an oncoming truck. I mean, just look. Look how far he went. Let's say he crashed. Let's go back over here. Let's say he tried to make this turn, and he just, I don't know where he came from, honestly. Maybe he was going this way, over there. Maybe that's what was happening. But still, look at the runoff that we got. Look at the runoff that we got. Look at all that. Am I wearing a True Classic right now? Not right now. I have True Classic T uniforms being made right now. This is the old one that I have, but the new stuff's coming in. But look at that runoff that he's got. So it looks like he came from here. That's what it looks like. This is a guardrail right here. Okay, this is the edge of the cliff right here. And this is down the canyon down here. So he went through this, fell off, died. Instead, we're over here at the track. Slide, kind of going up a berm, stopped. He's walking, not wounded. This thing is destroyed. And that's the worst that could happen. Well, I'm not going to say that's the worst that can happen. A lot of things can happen at the track. But it's a lot better than going off the edge of a cliff. It just sucks. Just sucks. Artem Zekhichev. All right, parking lot practice. Hit some gravel or hit something. Make sure you guys wear gear. Slow speed stuff can be dangerous. Imagine dropping down onto your right knee without gear, snapping any ligament inside your knee, and you are a laborer, or you are somebody that has to stand up, you're somebody that has to walk, or that somebody has to do something for your job, and since this didn't happen on the job, there's no workers' comp, your insurance sucks, high deductible, and now you're out of a job. So somebody here saying, I don't want to spend $100, $200, $300 on pants, motorcycle pants. Well, think about your deductible when it comes to going to the hospital. Think about the life-altering injuries that you have. Think about it. And when you're thinking about it, you can actually look at some gear. Gear up. Something like that could change the trajectory of your life. Trajectory. Something like that. Hey, bonus clips. I don't watch these. Let's see what happens. Slicks S46. Let's get through this. Oh, okay. Not a big deal. Oh, yeah, it was. It was an uncommon thing. You got some headlights in front of us. Handled it really well. Did fine. All right. I see Chav on his phone and shake my head at it. Okay. What are we doing? Trying to lane filter that small little gap. Not a big deal. Who cares? I don't care. Him beeping at you. Whatever. It's because you looked at him. Hey, yo, look at my golfer hat. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. I'm about to play in the PGA Tour. Jolito Moto. Here we go. Okay, found an escape. Got a merge issue. It's an intersection we should be in. Okay, let's lane filter, I guess. She's drinking her Starbucks. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's just a dessert. And we're going to move on. I don't really care about road rage stuff. All right, here we go. Adrian Nyman. Would you stop for this light? It is... No, I wouldn't. It would have been unsafe to do so. I would have went. I would have went. Because that person can't stop that quickly. That's why you have 360 situational awareness. Just in case somebody's behind you, I would have gunned it. Just because it would have been unsafe for me to stop, especially with the manhole covers.
I gotta break somewhere, man. I need to take a break. I need to zip myself as a Red Bull, man.
Okay. That's cool, man. All right, DanDanTheFireman, thank you for being a patron to bike. Oh, that's me. Become a patron of bikers, everybody. He's putting out some really good stuff. Let's go back to our syllabus here, which is available as an MTC Rider Academy member. That's the best way you can support this channel. It's the best way you can support the channel is become an MTC Rider Academy member. Click the link in the Chitty Chat or in the description. So here's the link. Click that link, kind of scroll around. You can see all the affiliates. You can see all the gear that we got in the store. You can join, become a member today. It's $4.99 right now for the first month. 102 people signed in. We have 151 people in class. Let's click that like button, everybody. Sign into class. Grab yourself a slice of pizza. All right. Brian with the $50 donation. Come on, buddy. Let's go to the crew lounge real quick. Brian, did you get yourself... Hey, let's get this out of the way. Come on. Did you get yourself a challenge coin? Make sure you sign it. Sign the pledge that comes with it. Or it doesn't really work. Everybody, we're about to jump into video number 2 from bikers. We also have the glove holders. Video number 2 from bikers. We're going to learn a little bit more about some crashes and close calls. Make sure you guys are planning a ride, going into orange stage and intersections, corners, yellow stage, just kind of zoned in everywhere else. But oh, my back. We're going to go ahead and get back into class. Brian, you can stay here and watch if you want. Got some video games up there. If you get a high score, put in DAN. Don't put your name. I'm still here. Hey, we got a whole bunch of people. 3 more orders? What the heck? 3 more orders for the challenge coin. Only 300 of them were made. At least 300 with the number. This is number 203. There's 203 on it. There we go. Dan, the theme song. Hey, pause the music real quick. So somebody, I'm not going to name names. She might be watching. Came up with a great idea. And I kind of had the idea, but you know what? I'll give it to her. I had it first. What about like Bill Nye the Science Guy, but with Dan the Fireman? Yeah? Maybe we'll get a jingle going on. You know, Bill Nye the Science Guy. What about Dan the Fireman? And then Dan. And like my head's all spinning around like in the intro. Anyways, we might be doing that. I think I'm a little blurry. There we go. Who knows? Might have to find let's get the music going. Might have to find somebody to do that for me. Got another bikers video. Got some good ideas from Kylie. My back is... One sec. Give me a second. All right, everybody, we got another bikers video. Let's jump right into it. Dan. Ooh. That's not a good one. Get some gloves. Uncommon thing. Yeah. Sean Woodard, how you doing? Hey, Dan, first week as a writer. I watched so many of your videos before hopping in. Thanks for what you do. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, Nightcore, your date went well. You said something about last week. He had a date. I'm glad it went well. I think it's because I said good luck and I said it will go well. I think that's why. So every time you go on a date, you need to come into the live stream and you just say, hey, I'm going on a date. And then I have to say, yes, it's going to go well. And then it's going to go well. Either way, if you don't do that. Anyways, here we go.
And I fucked off.
Oh, uncommon thing in a common situation. We have headlights. We have the front of a vehicle in our lane.
Typical Tesco's driver.
All right, so we handled it well. Look at, we kind of positioned off over here. Okay, very good. Oh, yeah, line of sight issue. You didn't see that, huh? So this is one of those line of sight issues that we were talking about all the time. You can kind of see it. Can't see it. So when I see something uncommon and I don't like the situation, I don't go into it. Just kind of sit back right here a little bit. If somebody's behind you, I could see a little bit of an issue, but the thing is, don't go into it. Just don't do it. So we're coming up to here.
Whoa!
But thankfully we're positioned already off to the left. Imagine if we're over here and we had to swerve really hard. Probably got hit.
Whoa! What the fuck? You prick!
Yeah, it's no buenos.
No, he didn't have to pull out on me like that and he fucking killed me!
Did she just say don't yet? Like, it's his fault?
Yeah, now that's the closest I've been to being killed.
All right, so this guy's name is Dan with 2 A's. So let's go and see what happens here. Make sure you wear some gear, smart riders. Acquire and use personal protective equipment. Come on. All right. Oh, what happened there? Did his bike just straight up fall apart? His bike just straight up fell apart. So he hit a road surface hazard. Probably, yep, there it is. All right, this is why you guys have to keep your motorcycles maintained. One of the big issues. It's not really a big issue, but you want to maintain your motorcycle because this is the last thing you want to happen. Bike just straight up fell apart. Wear some gear. His pants are already ripped up from something. Got in a fight with a lawnmower. Well, there's something inside his hand. Looks like an avulsion. 3 sides basically ripped off. That's an avulsion. All right, here we go. TK moving through here at night. Whoa, 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 side of the vehicle. Good job with the progressive brake pressure. Couldn't see very far until the last second, but he handled it well. Did not panic. Doing some wheelies with a quad lock, though. I mean, shoot. Does that equal out? Wheelies on public streets, but having a quad lock? Oh, yeah, he's an adult. He can do what he wants. Here we go. It's just that he's going to have to live with the consequences. Did a little bit of a swerve. Handled it well. Getting up to a stoplight. But why did we not see it? Well, he can't see anything outside of, you know, his front fairing. And then he definitely can't see anything because that bus was blocking. But now we see the side of the vehicle. Landed the bike, but we're going pretty fast for this one. Going pretty fast. His phone didn't fly off because he's got himself a quad lock. Very good. But then he sees this. He's got to swerve. He's got to get himself out of that situation. He moved himself out of that situation. We're going to get back into our lane because we like that lane. And it was ours originally. And now we're coming up to a stop sign or a stoplight. We should be in orange. We should have been in orange stage all this time because we're doing wheelies. But we're coming up to a stoplight, which is the natural orange stage. We're going to slow it down. And then we're moving off to the next person with the quad lock. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move on to here. We have a turn coming up. Hopefully he's going to slow down in time because it looks like it's pretty sharp, but we leaned the bike super far. We just slid across the ground, scraped our right arm, and then smacked our face into the front of a vehicle. Ouchies on the couchies. A little bit scary. Thankfully, it was lower speed. But this is what I'm talking about when it comes to cornering in the mountains or cornering anywhere. especially when there's oncoming traffic, is that if you do low side or crash, we haven't seen it in a very long time that there's somebody else there. And this is it. Somebody else is there. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Imagine if it was a semi. Imagine if it was a truck and you just went underneath it. Head gets popped like a watermelon. It easily can happen. Seen it. Seen it. It's not fun to pick up and clean off the ground. So here it is. It's like, okay, we're good. You know, we're just going to slide off the road. Well, we got abrasions now, impacts for arms. Like, hopefully this is the worst thing that's going to happen. Nope. Here we go. Somebody from Texas you didn't dodge the dodge. Okay. So thankfully we didn't go underneath it, but we did get a massive impact to our cranium. So more than likely could have some form of traumatic brain injury. We're going to have that coup contra coup. So brain's going to hit the front, hit the back, hit the front. And it's going to start sloshing around the cerebral spinal fluid. And then we're going to get a concussion. This is easily a concussion, even with a helmet. You don't want to have post-secondary concussion syndrome. Anybody see Tua? Oof, that's bad. It's bad. So is he disoriented? So when it comes to this right here, it's head injury symptoms, disorientation, nausea, vomiting, vision impairment, loss of balance, or persistent headache. Typically, one of the first symptoms that you see is going to be that disorientation, nausea, some vision impairments, like bright lights, like, oh my gosh, it's so bright, and then loss of balance. So he's kind of moving around. The headache really comes, it can't be persistent right off the bat. It has to be persistent over a length of period of time, and then vomiting usually comes after nausea. So, and when I say vomiting, I mean projectile vomiting. Like, it's going out. There's pressure involved. So the uhs, head hurts, bad headache, possibly. He's aware enough to take stuff off. He's kind of holding his head, maybe trying to take that D-ring out, but it's a no buenos. No es buenos. Make sure you guys grab yourself the new challenge coin. There's only 300 of them made, and we got a lot of people buying them already. You have to sign this. Once you sign it, take a picture of yourself holding it up or whatever. Maybe you have your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, take a picture of you, and I will post it on my Instagram stories, and it's going to stay there in one of the Instagram story highlights for forever. There we go. We got somebody coming out. Intersection. Found the situation. Let's watch that one more time. So we're coming in through here. My head's in the way. Side of the vehicle, it's the intersection. Oh, they're not stopping, but you notice how our head kind of pointed towards them. So what do we have here? We have a possible escape. Okay, let's go ahead and accelerate through here. Let's roll on that throttle. Let's roll it on versus trying to brake, because our total stopping distance isn't very good. We're not going to be able to stop. We're going to stop like way up here. So we need to get either brake. So here's kind of where the impact will be. We either need to brake and then swerve, or we're just going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to go. So you have to make the decision based off your skill level, based off the practice that you do. So he just needs to get himself out of there. Handled it very well. Handled it very well. All right, Dan 160 once again. Okay, whoa, side of the bus. Can we stop in time? Can we stop in time? It didn't look like we did. Didn't look like we did. This guy's like, who cares? I'm walking. I don't care. Did he just blame the other person? Just because your braking skills suck, dude. He only, look at his hands. So horn comes up first. Okay, there's the horn. Now I'm going to slow it down. Look at his fingers on the right side. Still there, still there, still there, still there, still there, still there, still there. We're kind of doing some progressive braking. And then now, watch. Now we're squeezing. We squeezed way too late. Way too late. You can see it, like his index finger is like a squeeze right there versus right there. He's not squeezing yet. He's about to squeeze right there. Horn's not going to save you, buddy. The horn is not going to save you, buddy. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Can't be blaming the other person either. You impacted him. And your phone fell off about 6 miles ago because you didn't have a quad lock. Just get angry at everybody. All right, here we go. Moving on. Robert's video machine. Ooh, rescue somebody. He's on the ground still. Rescue, 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 rescue. What can you do? Not much. Okay, let's take a quick look at this situation here. We're on the interstate. We have somebody on the ground. We have a motorcyclist walking up to the person, so hopefully they have some rescue skills. We do have military on site, so he hopefully has some first aid training. Hopefully. I mean, it's interesting if he doesn't. But we're on the interstate, so I'm thinking more of a lane filtering merge issue. Maybe ran into the back of a vehicle, got cut off, and got dumped on the ground, but we're going highway speeds. Lots of mechanism going on here, and then lots of the problems that you're going to have after this is going to be getting hit by other vehicles. Getting hit by other vehicles. So make sure you ensure your own safety. You might have to be like, hey, buddy, get up. We got to get to the shoulder, or we're going to get hit, and you're going to die from that because it doesn't look like you're going to die from this, but you're going to die from getting hit by another vehicle.
On the floor.
All right, here we go. Watch out. What? Okay, merge issue. What's the pattern here? Good job with the positioning. Good job recognizing it.
Here.
Yeah, but you saw it ahead of time. You handled it. You handled the close call. How many times has this happened to you, but you didn't get pissed because you've been watching this channel for so long that you just kind of see it ahead of time? Like, do you guys deal with this a lot? And then you see it ahead of time, and you just kind of roll off the throttle. They come in, you're like, whatever. Or do you get this reaction? Write it in the comments. Because right now, look, we're getting up to here. Our lane is moving. Their lane isn't. This person wants to move over. Okay, so let's say this happens to you. We're going to have to swerve, right? We did the good thing. We changed lane positions. We're going to go and roll off the throttle, maybe squeeze some brakes. Allow them in.
Come on.
But do we do this part? What does this part help out with? What is this part? What part of getting yourself in a new position for safety, planning your ride, is this a skill set that we are taught?
Look, I was right here.
Yes, you were. That doesn't help anything. Now, being able to control yourself and control the situation that you can put yourself in or take yourself out by recognizing the hazard, doing something about the hazard, owning the situation for yourself, and then just kind of moving on. All right, Lamb, here we go. What do we got here? We're going to go ahead and cut in front of that person, cut them off, and we got a vehicle right here, side of the vehicle. Now we're getting pissed off at that. Let's take a quick look at this. Okay, here's the Nissan Altima, one of the most common vehicles that women drive and run over curbs with. We're going to come over here. That was kind of sexist. It could be anybody that does it. It's usually Altimas. We just cut this person off. Just cut them off. Now we got a side of the vehicle. Okay, what do? We're just going to honk the horn and get pissed off at them for kind of blocking us and getting in our way, ruining our fun. Like, what are we doing? All right, PJ, here we go. Having some fun on the track, probably low side. Typically happens at a track. We're going to handle it pretty well. We got full leathers, full gear. Hopefully it doesn't hurt us too much. She is just over here taking some pictures. We're moving on. Here we go. Channel demonetized. Help out bikers, by the way. We're going to have a little snap. No, we're having a little Google Meet going on right here. Okay. Whoa, a little bit of a merge issue in a merging area. Weird, huh? Weird. Maxim Petrov. Whoa! Got a little bit of a swerve going on. We have... What do we have? What happened there? See, this is like one of those things when they get sent in or get caught up. So we're looking back. Like, we don't show the whole situation. We look forward, and there they are. Were we lane filtering, cutting people off? Handled it by swerving. But we might be going a little too fast for the area. Just a little too fast. So when it comes to... You know, we're out riding. If it's an open lane, just wide open, interstate, 85 miles an hour, no other vehicles, no road surface hazards, clear as day, perfect viewing distance, there's no dust, no pollen because you're sneezing up a storm, you can go straight. Hazards factors kind of moved out of the way. Okay, we're in yellow stage, not a big issue. Start adding factors, start adding traffic, start adding road surface, start adding everything. You just don't go 85. You might have to slow it down. You might have to adjust. You might have to orient yourself to the situation, ride to the situation. Here, maybe you can go fast typically, but if we have this many people and this much traffic, let's slow it down. There's no reason to be doing this. And I have no idea what's happening here, but I'm just going to assume and make an ass out of you and me. Oh, my back. My back. All right. Sketchy situations. There's that merge issue. Okay. Same thing. We got another merge issue. Oh, this is my fault. Yeah, you cut that one real close. All right. Another one. No blinkers. Not a big deal. Don't be passing on the right on a large vehicle. They need that turning radius. Find the escape. Found the escape. Don't run into old man. Handled the escape, but you shouldn't have done that. Ruben Arias. Here we go. Oh, low-sided. Whoa. That was the motorcycle, not him, hopefully. So we're coming into the corner. There's the low side, and there's the impact. So as soon as it caught some ground, it's going to launch itself in the air. Hopefully he's sliding into the monster barrier that's soft, hopefully. But this bike just kept going, and it went for a drink. All right, here we go. We're riding with our buddies. Don't have gear. Might be a little bit too hot. Person wasn't paying attention. 360 camera. Caught it all on camera. Caught it all on camera. It didn't catch it on tape because that doesn't have tape. Caught it all on SD card. All right. Now look at, he was looking back. Look forward, buddy. Look forward. You just caused a lot of damage to his motorcycle. All right, so we're coming up to a stop sign. There's the stop sign right next to my head. Hopefully he's talking on a Cardo. Is it a Cardo? It's probably a Senna. Because they would have been able to hear each other. So he fell down, and there's the impact. But why did they impact? Let's take a look. So from his point of view, he's looking back. He's looking back. You are at a stop sign. You need to be paying attention to what's in front. Now we look forward. We weren't slowing down enough, and there's the impact. Just wasn't paying attention. Just wasn't paying attention. Attentioned. Madman Tyler. Madman. All right, is it going to be a madman or are we in a blind spot? Yeah, that's a hazardous situations merging issue going in right there. We're just going to go ahead and accelerate and get ourselves out of there. Didn't honk the horn. I'm glad he didn't do that. Este Güey rides. Oh, head into the vehicle. That is considered a crash. Get yourself some insurance. Let's get out of the way on this one. So we're coming up. All right, we're coming up to a right turn, possible traffic. We're Flintstoning it a little bit. This person's coming around the corner, couldn't stop in time. Handlebars were turned when they came to a stop. This is what we teach you not to do. You want to have your handlebars straight and then apply the brakes versus kind of turning it and then applying the brakes because you're going to fall in. You're going to have that issue. And that's what happened there. He just kind of fell. Gravity decided to attack. And now we have damage to the Chevy. Hopefully it's not too much and you guys can just walk it off. All right, Bracab. All right, we're going to go low side. You notice how we typically have low sides in corners like this. There. Oh, that was a high side. And we're just going to follow along. Follow along. That was a high side. So the goal is to not crash with your buddy. The goal is to capture it on camera and then rescue your buddy. There we go. So there's a little bit, and then he starts to fly off, and there's the high side. And we should not panic, and we should continue. And then once we get around the corner, then we kind of stop. And then we go run back and help him out. But we kind of look towards him. We target fixated on him crashing. And now we're going to go with him. So if it's just you and your buddy in the mountains and your buddy crashes and you follow and crash with them, who's rescuing who? So the goal is to remain calm. It's to remain calm. Continue on. Kvetch. Okay. Crazy Dan. Crazy Dan. Green light. It's green for us. What are you guys doing? So he was able to escape, handled the situation, handled it pretty well. Not a big issue. Now, why did that truck want to go out? Look at everybody else. It's a red for us, so that means it's turning red for them because it's about to turn green. It's green for us, so it's probably red for them. Well, it looks like everybody's just going to keep going because everyone's just going to keep following the leader, and that person decides to follow the leader also. And so once we see this, let's go ahead and roll off the throttle, apply some brake pressure just so we can buy ourselves some time. But what he did was fine, was get himself into a better position. I just wouldn't be honking. That's a wasted movement. Eight to Menos. Here we go. Going through a corner. I hear some acceleration. Ooh, this is a very quick transition. And we crashed. Ooh, that rock could really hurt. Oh, that got some damage. He's walking. That's good. That bike is not good. But you see that transition? This is why I have my phone on my handlebars for the GPS so I can see when it's coming up. So I got myself a quad lock. Make sure you guys grab one. Links in the description for a discount. Helps out the channel. No extra cost. If you want to get yourself a motorcycle mount, get it. Get the vibration dampener. Dragon off-road. Okay, watch out for deer. There it is. This area just looks like deer. Or bear. Bears. All right, John. Ooh, having some fun. All right, sand is not soft at a certain speed. Oh, there's a little bit of that. And then we're going to go ahead and hit there and easily break a collarbone. Got some sand in your face. Go ahead and spit it out. Ooh, three-wheeler. Those things are designed to do that. Crash and everything. Anybody remember why they stopped making them? All right, bonus clips. Here we go. Name the hazard. Name the actual hazardous situation. Name 3 factors that can contribute to a close call or crash. Write in the comments. 3, 2. Oof. See, one of the cool things, though, about riding in the rain is that you don't have to pull over to go take a piss. You just don't. All right, here we go. Going through here. And we have intersections, possibly. Okay, yeah, there's an intersection. Whoa, dog! Got himself out of there. Handled it pretty well. Taimoto, here we go. Going through here. And we have somebody on the ground. Nope, just kidding. They're trash cans. Certain kinds of people on the ground. We're going through here. And we dodged it. Very good. We got a Tesla in front. Jeez. That made my back spasm a little bit. Imagine if it was a rock or a piece of plywood. Imagine. Special thanks to all of Bikers, patrons, especially that guy right there. Especially that guy right there. Whew. So we got our syllabus. These are all the timestamps. But guys, I got to go because it is late over here. I have a date with my dog and 4 letters, WALK. But if you want to get yourself a DDFM Crew coin, it's a challenge coin, and you get the pledge with it. Sign the pledge. When you get the coin, it comes with it. Sign the pledge, take a picture of it, send it to me. Tag me on Instagram. That way I can share it on my Instagram stories, and I'm going to save it as a highlight and it's going to stay on my Instagram page forever. Get the coin, links in the chat. Grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. There's only 300 of them made, and I'm looking at the store right now, and there are 18 people in checkout. Whew. Check out all the sponsors. But I'm going to leave you with some cone drills and 5 riding habits you just basically need to stop right now. We saw it at the beginning of the stream. We're going to watch it at the end of the stream. Guys, I got to get going. I will see you guys around. I'm going to be in Florida Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you are in the Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton area, hey, maybe we should do a little meetup. I'll see you guys later. What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. Today, we're out here in the parking lot practicing some smart rider drills. We're going to start off with Lefty Loosey, but the main thing here is that we're going to be talking about 5 riding habits that you need to quit today. So there will be timestamps in the description, so you can kind of jump around. But the thing is, pay attention. Pay attention. Right now, this video is sponsored by the MTC Rider Academy members. Join up. It's only $4.99 your first month. You get the phone-friendly version, which I have on my phone right here. And then also you get a whole bunch of stuff, the training course, the after-action reviews, early. You get some downloadables, a lot of cool things. Supports the channel tremendously if you join up. Not that expensive. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. I got my timer here, just playing around. So here's the thing. Believing you are a better rider than you are. So that's a big thing. So Dunning-Kruger effect, we talked about that a little bit. That's not a good thing. You want to have your ego checked. Now, the reason why we do that, let's go ahead and just kind of get in here. The reason why we want to get our ego checked is because if we're out riding, we see this all the time in motorcycle crashes and close calls. If we're out riding and we fight for our lanes, okay? We make sure that we are, we're speeding, we're hauling ass, we're doing all these dumb things, and we both know, all of us know that, you haven't really had the training involved for that. So take a good look at your riding. No one likes hearing that they can improve. I get that, but that doesn't mean you're an expert. That's a huge thing. Always have that beginner's mind. So we talk a little bit about the Fitz-Posner's mode of learning. So first and foremost, you have, you go into class or you learn something brand new. It's all in your brain. So think about the first time you ever rode a motorcycle. Man, you forgot how to actually be on the street if you've been driving before, right? So you forgot how to be on the street, but you start practicing. All of a sudden, with more practice, you actually get better and better and better. Now you can actually pay attention to the street, but you're still kind of paying attention to your hands and feet and your body, where everything's at. Sooner or later, if more and more practice, you are going to get into the automaticity stage, which means that you're going to be getting pretty much automatic. And that's when we start doing really well. So believing you're a better rider first and foremost right at the beginning, just because you can go in a straight line, is a no bueno situation. And remember, skills can be overtaken by bad habits. So if you don't go out here and practice like we're practicing here, guess what? You're going to have bad habits and you're going to be building training scars with that. Let's go ahead and go. Let's do another Lefty Loosey. We're just going to do some easy ones. Lefty Loosey is like one of my favorites, just because it's a lot of left-handed turns. And remember, these are the cones that we give you guys when you get the training drill booklet. So if you want to get the booklet, go ahead and get it. It's in the store. You get some free cones with it. All right, so forgetting bad things can happen. Oh man, I don't know how many times I've ridden with people or I've heard from people that, you know what? Oh, it can't happen to me. It can't happen to me. But you hear stories about how motorcyclists are crashing and dying all over the place. The main thing here is complacency. Complacency kills you. Okay, this was drilled into my brain, basically, as a firefighter. I've been on, I don't know how many fires, how many EMS calls, how many motor vehicle accidents. Still, safety was number one. Still, I paid attention to close calls and fatalities for firefighters for the exact same situation I was in. How many times have you heard about somebody crashing in an intersection and dying or getting hurt? How many times have you heard about somebody getting T-boned? How many times have you heard somebody crashing in a corner on the interstate? We all do that. We all ride on those areas. Pay attention. Complacency kills. Practice. Don't zone out. Zone in. Yellow stage. We talk